What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, Saints and Inks, or as the late great Bernie Mac said, what's up, you squares? And welcome to Lactic Acid. I am your host, Dominique Smith. Today, I have the ultimate baller, shot caller. She has traveled around the world, left her mark, is doing big things in the Big Apple, the great state of New York, covering meats. She is the originator. I've been telling everybody about Ranch on Fish. This is the person who put me on, and this is the originator of it, Hidden Valley. I know you said no to me twice, but listen, sponsor for the greater cause. She's doing big things, changing the game, elevation on another level. She is none other than Miss T. Williams of Real Talk Exclusive. T, what's going on, fam? Appreciate you coming on the show.
What's up? Thank you for having me. It's such an honor to be back. Like, I'm ready to get into the vibes. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh man, listen, it is going to be a fun episode. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to cover a lot of ground tonight in a short amount of time. So listen, let's get cracking without further ado. Been asking this question to start the show. You are no exception to the rule. So let's just say ABC, CBS got together with Food Network and Frito-Lay, and they said, you know what? T is changing the game, elevating to another level. Mm-hmm. Got Mondo Duplantis kind of hype when it comes to what she's doing, not just to elevate track and field, but the voices that make up the sport. And we have to honor that by creating a custom promotion centered around everything that she's doing and who she is. So they're going to do three things for you. ABC and CBS, they said, okay, ABC, we have the movies, the Oscars, the Tonys, all that. CBS has the Grammys. Mm-hmm. You get to decide which one you want to go to, more on the television side on ABC. So that's the Oscars, that's all that stuff, Golden Globes or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then obviously the Grammys, if you're into music. And then you get to accompany either your favorite musical artist or your favorite actor or actress to the respective award. That's one. Two, Frito-Lay was like, okay, hold up real quick. We have to give her her own potato chip. So she has to put together something that we have not done or haven't thought of, and we're going to sell it in the stores. And then Food Network came on top of that and said she has to give us a custom burger, pizza, or if she has a plate of food that she cannot live without, we will put that in every menu that we are affiliated with in this world. So what they need to know, what award show are you going to and who you're going with, what kind of custom chips are you creating, and then what are we doing, a burger, pizza, or any other plate for Food Network?
So I have to pick between one or going to the Grammys or the Food Network opportunity? I have to pick between these opportunities, or I'm going to vote?
You're doing all three of them.
Oh, I'm doing all three. Mm-hmm, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't even know where to start. Okay, as far as going to the Grammys and who I would want to accompany, I have no idea. Like, because I have a lot of favorite artists. Like, I don't. That's a hard one. I would probably try to accompany Jhené Aiko.
Okay.
Maybe, you know what I'm saying? I don't, that's a hard one for me because, like, you know me, Dom. I like to be where I can talk to everybody. So, like, I don't like to be stuck on next to nobody. I like to be where I can just get to everybody. So, I don't know. That's my option for that.
Okay.
So for the next thing, what was it? The
next thing is Frito-Lay. What kind of custom chips are we doing?
I mean, I gotta put ranch in there somehow because, like, I'm a ranch lover. So probably like barbecue ranch Frito-Lay.
Barbecue ranch. Barbecue ranch. How that taste? It's your chips, so I don't have to eat it. But how does that taste?
Because, like, only certain things go good with ranch. Like,
that's true.
It can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can't be like just. It gotta be like. And like, I usually like when I eat like wings or like chicken strips or something, and they're like plain. I go barbecue sauce and ranch. So like, I'm just like.
Listen, that may be something. That may be something. It's
not a bad combo. It's not a.
Listen,
hear me out.
You're the one that told me fish and ranch, and I've been eating it for a year now. So okay, I can't. Okay.
You
I'm
with it.
I feel you. All right. What we doing? Are you giving me a plate, or are you going a burger or a custom pizza? I feel like I know the answer to this, but I just want to be surprised.
I'm probably gonna get you a plate. I'm gonna get you a plate, like, cause I ain't gonna lie, I am a burger pizza type of simple person, but I would want to switch it up and make, cause if it's like an event like this, I'm gonna want to switch it up and want to like go not the easy route. So I'm gonna probably try to do a plate.
Okay, can I guess what's on it?
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm catfish or tilapia.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, macaroni and cheese,
Okay.
French fries, and some yams. Was I close or?
That's okay. That's not a bad. That's not bad. Okay, you got the catfish right. You got the tilapia with the macaroni and cheese, but probably like broccoli or like a green or like cabbage, or because you gotta,
Okay, I
come
can
on,
do some
dog. We gotta
cabbage
watch.
with
We
that.
getting old. We getting old, bro. We gotta watch our figure.
Dang.
We can't eat
I,
all these starches. So like a little vegetable in there, and then yeah, that's the plate though. That's the plate. You know me. You know a little something, something.
it depends on who making. See, here's the thing about plates. So
Mm.
people who are listening to this, you may get a cultural lesson tonight. Um, there's certain foods on that plate that I'm not. It depends on who made what.
Mm-hmm.
If we have a relationship, if you cook something green and I don't know you, there's a good chance I'm not eating it. If unless it's some green beans.
Okay, that's true. That's true.
Your mama taught you, my mama taught me, you don't go over everybody's house and eat everything that they offer you. You don't eat no potato salad. Everybody's
Mm-hmm.
potato salad. Collard greens, I've learned that lesson the hard way. Collard greens and dressing. Listen, those two I don't mess with. And now I'm gonna have to add macaroni and cheese to that list. But okay, I can dig that. But some cabbage. Oh man, some
I love
cabbage
me some
with.
fried. You like fried cabbage?
I've never had fried cabbage. I didn't know that existed. We just steam ours and you put some bacon or some sausage in it.
Oh my gosh, you gotta have it fried. Like my nanny back home in San Antonio, Texas, she can fry. She makes me my favorite fried. Like she makes it the best.
Oh, well, that makes sense because y'all fry everything down there.
Well,
So that makes sense. I'm thinking Georgia. That's an ATL thing.
No,
Uh,
that's some Texas. That's some Texas stuff. That's some Texas
okay. Oh yeah, Texas different. Y'all fry everything, which is why I can get with it. Listen, I just have to say this. I know you you from Texas and lived in Atlanta. My favorite airport, that Atlanta airport, because
That's your
that
favorite.
Atlanta air, I'm gonna tell you the food there. I hate everything else except the food.
Okay.
As
Okay.
far as just customer service and traffic and all that stuff, it's different down in Atlanta. I don't like that. But that Chick-fil-A, they've used some seasonal. I'm telling you, they use salt and pepper. They use seasonal on my chicken sandwich. And I was like, compliments of the chef. Like, I'm
Oh,
not kidding.
wait.
Like Chick-fil-A is different down there in that airport. You can get yourself like a 2 meat plate, like fried chicken and fried catfish with like a bunch of sides, and you'd be knocked out on that plane. It's like a big old episode of Soul Plane.
Okay, you're
Okay.
right. You're right.
So
You're right. The airport food do be busting, but that's the only thing they got going. That's the only thing they got going over there.
that's it. I hate other than that, I hate that airport. But as
Mm-hmm.
far as just, I'm hungry, I need to sit down and eat something, that's the go-to airport. Everything else is I'm not a fan. Listen, T, you have changed the game in such a way, and it seems like it happened so fast, man. Like what 2020, and then we were Magic Boost in what 2021, and then from there, you are in New York covering the Armory, especially in this is going to be released next week, but we have the Milrose games coming up, and then there's just stuff to do every day. Let me ask you this. First of all, congratulations on everything that you have accomplished, because it is just truly inspirational. When you first started this back in 2020 doing live interviews, so a little background, Real Talk is something that T has on her channel. I think you're wearing the sweatshirt. Yeah. So
Yeah.
please be sure to check that out. But she does live Instagram interviews. And let me just say this. If y'all have ever done a live interview, it is very difficult to do. But it started and now it has manifested in itself into something big, where T has gone to the World Championship. She's gone to the Prefontaine Classic, obviously the Milrose Games, and who knows what she's going to be at next, probably in Budapest. So just what's this journey been like for you?
It's been super fast. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it happened so fast. Like, I'm just like, wait, what? Like, this just 2 years ago, I was doing literally Instagram live interviews, and then last year I was the social media personality of the world championships. Like, it happened so fast. I mean, where you want me to start? It's been a long journey. I've been to so many meets. Like, but I do want to share with you. I know this is gonna come out the weekend of Melrose, but I'll be hosting my first ever press conference for the Melrose games. I'll be hosting section 2.
Oh,
With
what?
Abby Steiner, yeah, Abby Steiner, Christian Coleman, Anna Hall, and Noah Lau. So I'm super excited about that. It's gonna be my first time ever being able to host that. So
Wow. Congratulations. Look at God. Well, wow. That is amazing.
Look at God, yeah.
Man.
For sure. I've just been living a dream, literally like trying to listen to God, listening to his guidance, and I just been putting in the work for real. Like this year, yeah, this is the work. Like working at the Armory has been it's been tough on me just because it's so many meets, you know what I'm saying? Like at some point it gets a little harder becoming more creative because it's so much of the same. You know, our sport only does so much. So that's definitely been a challenge, but I'm still here fighting.
How and that is true, but it seems like you haven't varied from the script of what you do best. Mm-hmm. In the midst of how easy it is to maybe, drift towards something else, how do you stay true to what you know? Because even if it does get tiring, you can get anybody to talk. I didn't think we'd ever see Sid dance, but I don't know what she was doing. I have to go back and see the dance, but you got her to dance. You got TT Terry to do the chopper into the press conference for those who don't know what that dance was. So how do you not get into the pitfalls and temptations, but to stay true to who you are, which is what has worked for you?
I can't lie, I pray. That's something I mention in my prayers like almost every day. Like, just allow me to stay true to who I am and stay true to, the work that I'm doing. Like, just stay grounded unto the person that, God has set for me to be. I mean, I just stick to the basics, honestly, Dom. Like, I'm like watching the races, making sure I'm watching to make sure I see what's going on. I just stay alert. It's kind of hard. Like, it's really hard to explain because like stuff just be happening so fast, and like it's hard for me to kind of like live in the moment because one thing always happens after the next. But I just make sure I talk to my people. I talk to my mom every day. Talk to my closest friends. Like, I got a good support group around me, and I just keep them in a loop. And that's kind of how I stay like true to what I have going on.
What's been the craziest, whether it's crazy or crazy fun, crazy experience you've had in the last 14 to 15 months?
Like crazy good, crazy bad, like
whatever. Oh boy, I know there's some crazy bad, so we want to keep it light on this show. But just actually bump that. Let's do one of each. Okay, crazy good, crazy bad.
Okay, so I'll go crazy good real quick. This happened actually this past weekend at the Dr. Sanders Invitationals at the Armory. That was my first time ever meeting Shanti Jackson. Shanti Jackson is a high school record holder in the 60 meters, 55 meters, 300 meters. I'm pretty sure maybe something else, but she's like the uprising sprint star for America. Mm-hmm. My first time ever meeting her was this past weekend, and when I met her, she was like, "Oh my gosh, like I've been waiting to do an interview with you." Like, she was like, "I saw your content." I was like, "I gotta do an interview with her." And like, just to hear an athlete of that caliber say that, it just touched my heart. Like, her dad coming up to me, like Batman, everybody knows who Batman is, coming to me like, "I love what you're doing. I love the content." Like, I think crazy good happens almost every day. Just people coming up to me saying like, "I follow Real Talk." They be yelling at me Real Talk. I'll be like,
like who are you? Yeah.
Like, just that, and that helps me stay motivated. Like, all through World Championships, those are the hard 10 days. And like, people would just randomly come up to me like, "You doing great. Like, what you doing, we noticed it. We hear you. We see you." Like, just hearing that keeps me motivated. So that's what I can say about crazy good. Just hearing people's reaction and how they see me before I see them is that hits. But crazy bad. Probably the situation that sticks to me the most is at World Championships in the mixed zone. The mixed zone is, for people who don't know, mixed zone is where the media hangs out. It's basically a war zone, if we're being honest. Like, it's rough. It's rough in there. Everybody knows it's rough. It's rough. So one situation after Sharika Jackson won the 200, she came through the mixed zone, and I was, so in the mixed zone, it's kind of a conflict right now because some people does lighthearted content, some people does like hardcore questions that's like news reporting. So like it's a hard imbalance. So before I got to her, she was asked a question that like offended her. So when she came to me, she was kind of like pissed off, ripping off her bib, like, why the F would you ask me that? And like a Black woman coming to another Black woman, like that hurt me. And it took me out of my character because I feel what athletes feel. Literally. So like when she was telling me that, it kind of like, you know, I got a chance to like talk to her, but it wasn't what I wanted. And then after that, I was really hot because I'm like, why are y'all even asking these type of questions? Like, so I kind of got me out of my, it got me out of my element just because like it's disrespectful.
But this is like the second time you've had to deal with that because I remember when we were in the mix zone at well, you were smart. You stood at the front. So when Sha'Carri Richardson came, you were the first person that she talked to. Thank you, because it lightened the mood. Because by the time she got to me, she was actually excited to answer the non-track and field related question. But yeah, I remember seeing that. I think so. For me, I'm in the category of both, like newspaper / content.
Right.
But there is a time and a place for everything. I don't think the time after she accomplished something big is like, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to, it's not like it's a bad question. You just can't ask that in that moment. Cause like, she's so pumped. She just accomplished something stupidly insane. Yeah. So I was like, ooh, that's one that I would not have.
Yeah.
I would not have asked. Like, if you have to, personally, I don't know if I would have asked it in general, but that I definitely understand that because it kind of sucks the mood, sucks the life out of what is supposed to be obviously an informative, session, but it's a joyous occasion. Like you don't want to, you just run 21
second ever in history, fastest 200 ever. You want to give the athlete their moment, not make it about another, you know what I'm saying? Not make it about something that nobody even knows the real answer. It just gets a little messy. It does get a little messy up in there.
It does. And it's, I mean, everybody sees it. Athletes feel it. And then obviously those around who cover it feel it. But let me ask you this. This is Black History Month. And I'm curious about something. What you do is very important, not just from the media landscape, but for the minority landscape, and then a female Black woman taking the lead on something so great that opens doors. I mean, I could tell you, we've been doing this for about a year, Lactic Acid, for about a year and some change. And you have helped me in ways that I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you on this show if it wasn't like for your help and your experience. From your perspective, how important is what you do for our culture and just for the culture in general? Because I don't want to, because there's probably, I mean, people are coming up to you, everywhere, but in this context, how important, from your words, is what you do and who you are to what you've accomplished and what you are doing?
Super important. Super duper important from all angles. Like, and I'm just want to speak from this Armory experience, just because this is the experience that I'm currently in. It's been super important. Like, I've been hearing about people just like, because the Armory is in, if people don't know, it's in the minority area of New York City. Like, it's on 168 Fort Wash, so it's like a lot of minority groups around, like, Puerto Ricans, Black people, a lot of minorities who go to the Armory. So like, just hearing them tell me like, we've never had a Black person doing this, and from that angle, then like Black woman is even crazier. So they're like, people's been telling me like your impact's being felt, like, you're inspiring. Like, I had one girl coming to me, she's my age, like, teach me, like, tell me, like, and I had athletes come to me during their meets, like, I'm done competing tomorrow, can I hang out with you and like go around, walk around with you and see what you do? I'm like, I don't care, yeah, come on. Man. Like, I even gave her we did a whole intro together. Like, I'm all for it. But no, it's super important to just being this face in this area. Like, I mean, the only person I could think of is Sonya Richard Ross and then Miss Sasha Spencer Atwood. Those are the only two, and they're older women. Me being this young woman, I mean, it's definitely impactful, and I'm blessed. Like I can't, like God's giving me this platform, and I'm just trying to keep it as clear and as like under His wing as I can. But no, it's a truly blessing. Like,
how do you keep from getting discouraged? Because as great as it can be, it could tear you down just as much, because sometimes you can look in these media zones, sometimes you can look at these meets, and you can look to see who has the microphone in their hand, and it can get a little lonely and stuff. So how do you stay up, stay encouraged, and stay focused on the task and the goals at hand?
Dom, I'm still trying to figure that out. It's so funny how you brought this up, because last week was one of the most discouraging weeks I've had in my whole career. I've only been doing this for like 2 years, but still, in the whole time, the last week, it's just, so I'm still trying to figure that out. I mean, I talked to my mom, like just keeping those my support group around me, like, venting them, because one thing that I'm working with is like I like to keep a lot of stuff in. Like I don't really like to like express myself and tell people what's going on. So I've been learning that more, and like understanding that like at the end of the day, it's like a competition, even though I don't like to see it as that, like, but other people see it as a competition. So I have to just like, be competitive and stand my ground. But yeah, I'm learning how to get through these discouraging moments. I mean, I'm just talking to my mom, talking to my family, my nieces and my nephews. I just try to keep my family close to me, so that, because they don't the reason why I do this. So
that's the hard part.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you, because I here's the thing. I can't look at what we do as a competition. I personally, I can't, because I have trouble. There's so many content creators, African American content creators, who hopefully very soon, we can level up and really, because all of us have diverse ideas. All of us are doing something different. And it's not about the guests who we have on the show. It's about what you're doing with what you have. You have real talk. We talk about Aaron and Josh with Two Black Runners. Talk about Matthew Parker, talking about Anderson Emerald. You're talking Ray, of Ray's takes. Colin Waitsman of Track World News. I don't feel like I can compete with you guys, because I'm not trying to beat you guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the tough part, because and that's what I hate. I've always hated this about journalism. I have a degree in journalism. I can tell you the main thing working for our publication. The first question they ask: did we get this scoop? Did we put this up before our competitor did? Because you lose the heart of what you're doing. Like you're trying to inform and stuff like that. So that's a struggle for me too, man. I can't. It's not even about better, because I learn from you. I learn from all, like, everybody. That's why I actually enjoy listening and watching the content. I don't know how you break that chain. I really don't. Like, that's the thing I just never understood. I can't compete. I can't look at it as a competition.
To be honest, I feel like our generation is gonna break it. I feel like it's kind of the older generation who's kind of like trying to hold on and hold these positions, and I don't want nobody coming in this is my, what I'm saying. And I feel like it's because, like, even with me, Serenity, with American Track League, Caitlin with City is Mag, Jasmine, Todd, we have a whole group chat as Black women talk about all type of journalist things. Like, what I'm saying? We keep in contact with each other, with Demetria Carter, with Team USA. Like, I make sure I reach out to all of them, because I don't want it to be a competition between us, because there's already a little bit of us. Like, come on now. We have to be together. We have to stick together.
Yeah, and you actually made a great point. It's, in certain respects, it's so hard to get certain positions now, because this feels like everybody feels like their position is tenured. Like I can't help you, because I can't relinquish my position and everything. So I gotta manipulate everything to keep you down, and not help you level up. That's a word full, and I'm glad, and I totally forgot about the ladies that you named, because they're killing it. At Worlds, Caitlin and Jasmine, they took over, they took off. And then part of it is just like, there's like, I ain't gonna lie to you, it's like you go to Thanksgiving and you're like, I'm hungry, and you walk into your grandmama's house and you see all this food there, but you settle for a Happy Meal. I'm like, we want to grow this sport. It's right there. It's right here. You know what I'm saying? It's right here. And it's being formatted as a competition instead of saying, hey, everybody, let's come together and let's do this. Everybody has their own branch. Everybody, let's do this. How can, and then we're going to get to some off track stuff. How do we break that chain? How do we break that cycle to what you were saying? Like, what is it that our generation of creators can do? Maybe is it just continuing to show unity? Because, you know, I'm proud to say I'm friends with, you know, the ones that I know, all you guys that I know. So is it just to continue to show unity in what we're doing? Or from your perspective, what do we do to continue to change this culture?
Well, I feel like it starts with us. I feel like we're already on that track to where we are understanding that we're stronger together, and us coming together will help the sport more than us trying to compete and bicker with each other. But I feel like it starts with us. It starts with our generation. And I feel like once we get to those levels, we have to be aware of what other people were doing, so that once we get there, we understand, like, okay, I'm not gonna knock this young kid who's coming up, because at the end of the day, we're all gonna move on. Like, I'm not gonna be in this position forever. Somebody else is gonna come up and be the next, you know what I'm saying, gonna be a better T. And I'm cool with that. That's what I think we have to just be aware of when change is happening, not to red flag it or just ignore it or try to downgrade it or anything. Just like be accepting and be aware of what's happening. I think it's the best way we can do it. Just being aware of ourselves and knowing what we can do to help change that situation.
What are 3 things that people do not know about the legend that is T. Williams?
3 things off the track, or 3 things.
We already know you balled out on the track, and we'll get that in just a hop, skip, and a jump. So, listen, if you competed at the Division I level, then you balled out.
Okay, I'll take it.
So listen, ain't no scrub walking onto the track team, actually scoring points in the heptathlon. So off the track, what are 3 things people don't know about you?
Okay, the one thing is I'm the youngest sibling out of 4.
Oh, you are the youngest.
I'm the baby, so they just be
they crucify you.
Yes. The second thing, I like to journal.
Okay.
I journal. That's how I express. Journaling has helped me a lot with my mental health and just dealing with anxiety and stuff like that. I journal a lot. That's really helped me deal with this thing called life. 3, that's so hard. 3, I'm God-fearing. Like, I'm God-fearing. I'm a woman of God. Like, I don't play about my relationship with God. So I guess those are 3 things.
Okay. All right. Trying to figure out where I want to pick up from. So let's I don't want to say let's bypass all that, because those are very important things. Mm-hmm. You've been all these places, and we'll get to the faith that towards the end of the show too.
Okay.
What's the best food that you've had in all these track meets that you've been to worldwide? Whose food slaps the best?
None.
What?
These food at meats do not be slapping. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. New York food is like the pizza, the slice of the pizza. Yeah, I can't get enough of them slices of pizza and that chopped cheese. I'm gonna have me a chopped cheese at least twice a week.
Yes.
So I can say that.
None of the places like, okay, but no, I've never, actually, I take that back. Me and Matthew had a out in Eugene, they had like these sausage sandwich. So I'm sure you had this growing up. You know Uncle John's sausage? Oh wow, okay. So I'm from the deep south there. So it's these long, like, I don't even know how to describe it. If you ate it, then you need to go take a cholesterol pill. It's that kind of good. And you put it between a piece of white bread, maybe a little mustard, and it's whole hog sausage. That's the best way to put it. Mm-hmm. They had that out there, and they named it after Ashton Eden. I don't know why, but that was good. It wasn't worth the $10 I paid for, but it was still good. I was hungry. listen, I'm a little neutral about that food in the great state of Oregon. I'm
Really?
just
See, it's not giving out there to me.
by neutral, I mean I don't like it.
Okay. Okay, bet.
I had
Just
a
making sure.
I had a trying to figure out what meal that I had that was good.
I can tell you the worst place that I've
Oh,
had food from.
where?
Switzerland. When I went to the Diamond League final in last year in September in Switzerland, I was
Okay.
messed up. I was very much sick. Like
What what
stomach
what
on
do you
10.
what do you eat over there?
You know what? It
See,
don't matter what you eat, it all tastes different. It all nothing tastes like the US.
like they
Nothing.
don't season it, they don't.
It's just more, it's more clean. Like all their food is cleaner than ours. So like our body
Oh,
has to like adjust.
yeah,
But
I
like
can.
it's not like, let me tell you how bad it was. Like when I got there, I was sick, right? Kind of got used to it. When I left, I couldn't even eat wing. When I left, I was like, my first meal gonna be Wingstop. Couldn't even eat it. It was gross to me. That's how like different their food is. Like that
Oh,
transition was so tough.
okay, yeah. Oh,
So
I'm trying to.
next time when I go to Hungary for Budapest, I'm packing me a ramen noodles. I'm packing me some ramen noodles.
They don't have like a KFC or
I didn't get to try. I didn't
McDonald's.
get to try them. They did have a McDonald's, but I didn't get a chance to try it.
See, I'd be scared to try McDonald's over there.
You feel me? Don't
I'd
mess
be
up my
kind of
experience.
yeah, but maybe the ice cream machine works over there.
I'm sure it
So,
does.
because I went to McDonald's a couple weeks ago. I ain't been to McDonald's about I said 10 years, but I had a craving, so I had to go get me a cheese a dog menu. And then the girl tried to scam me. I was like, where like I didn't see the dog menu on on the board. We ain't got no dog menu. I was like, what are you talking about? So yeah, so I just have to say that I remember what you did. Y'all had a dog menu and you waited till I paid before 2 and 2 equated to 4. That was the worst thing I've ever had. Like McDonald's, it's different than when we were growing up.
For sure.
I had a Big Mac. I feel so bad because I'm about to tell you what I did have. I had a Big Mac.
Mm-hmm.
I had some nuggets. I had some fries and an apple pie.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
The nuggets taste the same, but I already know they're not real. It's not real chicken. I don't really care. Don't tell me what kind of meat it is. It tastes
I'm gonna
good.
eat it anyway. I'm gonna eat it anyway.
I'm gonna eat it anyway. I don't care what kind of it's still good. The fries still taste the same. When I tell you I don't know that one beef, I feel like I ate a rooster or a hen. And just in the shape of a patty. That was the worst doggone food. So I don't know. That actually surprised me. I'm like, you've been all these places outside of New York. I'm like, something had to stick.
Ain't stick yet. Ain't stick yet. I ain't gonna lie. But a lot of the meets I go to, like food is like usually provided for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't really venture out much, and if I do, I'm gonna always go with something I know, like Chipotle, or like I'm gonna always stick to my roots because I just don't got time to be risking it all out there in
No,
these new
no,
spots. Like
no.
no.
Let me ask you this. When you talk about getting away from the track and stuff, what do you do to mentally decompress from the heaviness of what you do on a day in and day out basis?
I like to watch TV. I'm
Okay.
on YouTube a lot. I like to watch YouTube. I like to go for massages. I like to shop. Um, I like to just lay. I take a lot of social. See, the main thing is taking social breaks because I'm so
Yes.
social and like we're interviewing 4 days in a row, 3 days in a row. After that, I don't want to talk to nobody. So like as long as I'm just like not talking to people and like in my element, in my bed, in my own space, I'm gonna do whatever. Yoga. I like to do yoga.
Really?
Yeah, I'm real
Uh,
chill. Like,
wow. I did not that not talking to people that hits deeply because
yes,
like there'll be days where I do maybe 1 to 3 interviews in a row and people are like if it's an emergency or you we have to talk. Okay, that's one thing.
yeah, of course.
But
Family is
other
exception.
yeah, family, close friends,
Yeah,
we all there. But
yeah.
other than that, if you can wait another business day or two, like
You have to wait.
like let's let's do some, like, just wait 24 to 48 hours. Then
Literally.
I got you. Because sometimes you feel like burnt out and you can't be fully present, like, for those people.
Literally, I feel like we all have a social meter, right? We all have like fully charged social bar, but like as we continue to go on about the day, you get less and less. And when I'm on E, I'm a B word. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not as friendly as I come off as when my social meter is on E. So yeah, I always be reminding myself of like, because when I'm tired, I feel like that's my weakest. When I'm tired, I'm at my weakest weakest points. Like my thoughts are all scrambly, my speech is all scrambly. I'm just like, so I have to make sure I get rest and like take social breaks from just talking to people. Like, got to, must.
That's true. So, T, you were a baller on the track, but let me ask you this. I probably did ask you this when we back in Oregon. Mm-hmm. All the schools, all the HBCUs you had to go to, why did you go to Bethune-Cookman? I just have to. Now, I rep FAMU, the Rattlers, all day. Family went there and all that stuff. Of all the schools you had to go to, they don't even have a football stadium on the campus. I don't want to roast them too much because, Daytona's different. No, so I'm like, where are y'all practicing? Like, y'all and everything. Like I said, all you could have came down to, you could have gotten UCF. We have some ballers. Florida A&M, Florida Memorial in Miami. You could have been next in Miami. Like, but why Bethune-Cookman? Why did you want to be a Wildcat?
I'm not gonna. So I went there my sophomore year. So I went junior college first, and I was at such a like defeated place after my first year of college. I did not like junior college experience at all. I was eligible out of high school, but I wanted to go big D1, so I was like, let me go JUCO first, and like I lost the passion for it. Like they turned me to a 400 runner. I was doing 400s and 4x4s at meets. I was just not feeling it. Like, so, going on, like, as we were in the spring semester, I was sharing, like, I knew I didn't want to come back. And my roommate, Celeste, ended up signing to Bethune at the time. And she was like, hey, I can reach out to the coach, see if he got a little money for you. You could come out here. I'm like, well, let's see what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And he ended up having some money for me. And that's kind of how I got there. I never heard of it, never planned on going there. It was never in my, but I'm grateful for the experience. Cause like when I went to Bethune, that's what turned me into a multi. Like that coach allowed me to step out of my comfort zone, stop being a sprinter, and like get into the multi events. And I ended up becoming really good and, being able to venture out to another school. But that's how I ended up there, just following a friend. A friend put me on, told me about the school, get a little money for me. I was right on out there.
So let me clarify my statements. But by those who are listening who happen to have gone to Bethune or proudly associate themselves with Bethune, it's all love. It's all love. I know y'all not in the news for good reason, but this is not one of them.
We in a rough patch. Wildcat
yeah, you're in a rough patch. So I like I said, it's all love, but we still rep the Rattlers. We whooped that tail in the Florida Classic this year.
Right now. We struggling right now.
Yeah, let me hop off that. But let me ask you this.
Don't get me started, because 8 years in a row who took that dub.
That's all right. We the Bible say forgetting what is behind and we strain towards what is ahead. So we ain't studying that. No, don't need the Wildcats. We'll say the Wildcats will. Oh, see, I ain't got that evil presence all up in my computer screen. So we're not going to do that. But let me ask you this: how important is HBUs? Not even just in general, HBUs, historically Black colleges and universities, but to the track and field scene. Like, for me, it's refreshing to watch NCAAs and see North Carolina A&T on the track. They needed one more 400 runner this year to really, really do something. But, and then they have nationals there. That's where they're held. And so you're showcasing so much. How important is it to have that representation in the track and field world?
Super important. Like, so this is a few weeks ago, we had an HBCU classic at the Armory. Dom, and I tell you, that was the best track meet I've been. Like, they had the drum line out there. They had like a woman who sung the national anthem. Then after that, she sung the national Black anthem. They had Kappas out there strolling during the after the opening ceremony. Like, it was so culturalized. Like, it was like that's why it's so important, because HBCU set the standard. Like, that's where it begins. Like, the culture there is like fire.
It's different.
Imagine you running, you throwing, and you hit a drum line, like hype, like, you know what I'm saying, drumming in the back, like, it's unmatched. The energy at HBCUs is unmatched. That's why it's so important.
I would have loved to have been there. Which drum line? From what university came?
So they had like this group come of like alums. Like, I guess they had they had like an alumni group. I can't really think of the name right now, but it was based out of New York City. But they was like, you know what I'm saying? They was doing the dig down. Like, next year you're gonna come. Like, it was like 20 plus schools this past year. So it's just gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. So next year you're gonna have to pull up, because it was lit.
I have to come. I would have loved. Oh man, seeing Star Spangled Banner, to switch over to Lift Every Voice and Sing, to oh man.
Nike looked out. It was free merch, free, because they have a group called the Yard Runners that's kind of like so it was out there, and then they had like it was like FAMU, Norfolk State, for example, had, it was different teams. They would have a section at the meet where, like, if your team gear was up, like, they had like bag gear, like sweats, Nike, because Nike bought all the stuff, all the customized stuff, and it was like each athlete could pick 2 items off the table from your school, once your school table, and I mean like Nike exclusive HBCU gear. Like, that meet was just.
See, that should have been televised.
Yes, for sure.
That should have been televised. Like,
for sure.
Oh, well, like, so many opportunities, because there's so many. You look at track and field in general, and it's not even as far as color is concerned now, but look how much impact that could have in recruiting. Like, because here's part of the problem. Like, everybody's swinging for the D1s, and even some of the D2s, but what about I do a show on Tuesday nights. Obviously didn't do it tonight, with a guy named Kyle Hayes from Coach Hayes Football. He played for Hampton. He played football for Hampton.
Okay.
And he was saying, always he told his former players that he coached, if you have an opportunity to go at least to visit one of these schools, just check it out. But just, for example, just take a smaller school and put it in Lubbock. That's not Texas Tech. But you have an opportunity to go to Hampton or a Howard, in Washington, D.C., North Carolina A&T, Florida A&M, where you have a big alumni base. You have people who look out for you. You have, a deeper understanding and a deeper education about history, culture, and then, you have so many resources from the past with alumni, who come back and, they feed into you. Morehouse in Atlanta, different schools. So it's just like, that is a great opportunity to showcase what it's all about. So, like, somebody like me or somebody who's watching, like, okay, I want to be a part of this. I want to, because this happens every day, like, on campus. Heck, we had at UCF, we had the Black Student Union, and I just have to say, I didn't think they could play drums like that, but it was still amped. Like, we, everybody was around. Everybody, it was like going to a family reunion. And stuff without the spades. So I'm sad I missed that. I just wish it was on TV or some way. Nobody had it on the live stream.
They had it live. I think it was live streamed through Running Space. But I do want to share with you though, just because I kind of have both of those experience of a PWI and the HBCU experience. I want to say the biggest difference between the two is the feeling of a family. Like, my team at my Bethune-Cookman, we did everything together. We would go out to parties together. We would do this together. We would go to the beach together. We'll do like a whole bunch of team outings. Like, I want to say it was more family oriented being on the team rather than at Texas Tech. Like, Texas Tech, it was a family oriented within our jumpers group, but like, as far as a team, it was way different than, you know what I'm saying, the family atmosphere I had at Bethune-Cookman. So I want to say, like, that was the major difference between a PWI and an HBCU. Like what you could get at HBCU is like, yo, you're gonna feel comfortable with your people. You're gonna have like, you know what I'm saying? It's more family oriented, like rather than a PWI.
Yeah, and Texas Tech, listen, I saw their facilities. If Texas Tech offered me, I would go. I'm not even gonna lie, because they ain't nothing to do in Lubbock. As long as somebody, could point me where I could get me a good 2-piece and some wings and everything. Listen, that's a big old track and field facility. So you had everything that you needed, and obviously, from a financial standpoint, they're pulling in more money. But I do love that perspective and I just think because it's a cultural difference, because of how it's more centered. Tell me, and then we're going to do these 2 quick questions and then get to rapid fire.
Okay.
How has your faith impacted you on this journey?
Tremendously. 2021, January. So 2020, going into 2020, I had caught COVID really bad December. So before I was doing Real Talk full time, I was a bottle girl. And I had got COVID really, really bad. I be getting my years confused sometimes. I don't know if it's 2020, 2021, but 2021 was definitely the year last year where I stepped out on faith. Like I was like, okay, January, I didn't want to go back to that job. I was like, I'm just gonna put my all into Real Talk, see how it goes. I don't have no job. My mom was like, girl, you have bills, you have this, you have that. I'm just like, no, mom, I'm taking a step on. Like I like, it's gonna come. And it came. I survived. You know what I'm saying? I was able to be financially stable throughout the whole year with just stepping out on faith. And I want to say, like, I'm a goal setter. As far as like, I want to be at Worlds. I want to be at this. But like one thing I didn't have on my goals, and I feel like came straight from God, was the Diamond League final in Switzerland. That wasn't, I wasn't planning on, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would I plan? And it like just landed in my lap. So so this year I told myself, like, I'm not gonna plan nothing. Like, yeah, I want to be at Worlds. I'm gonna speak it into existence. I want to be at Budapest, but I want what God has for me, because what He had for me is crazier than I'm thinking of. I'm thinking I'm going crazy now. He's crazy. Like what He had for me is crazy. So like, faith is the reason why I'm where I'm at today. To be honest.
The crazy thing you said last year was 2021. This is how fast time has moved. It was 2022 last year. But you accomplished a lot in 2021. Think about like, okay, so
my years be
like 2022. It was like when you snap. But
so that's so 2022 is when I stepped out on faith. So it was January of 2022 when I stepped out on faith. So last year, January.
Now I'm confused. So 2020, no, 2021.
So 2021, I moved to Atlanta.
That's right.
I moved to Atlanta in July, and then I was a bottle girl out there until December. Gotcha. I had got caught COVID really, really bad. And in January, come 2022, I was like, I'm gonna just put my all into Real Talk and see how it goes. Yeah, my bad. I be having my years, all these years, it sound like the same at this point.
So did you quit your job when we met at Magic Boost by then, or after?
No, so that was after.
Gotcha.
Wait. We went to Magic Boost 2021?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was after.
Yeah, I'm looking through my pictures just to make sure I got it right.
Yeah, it was after, because I was like, I took a leave of absence for that job to go to Magic Boost. Gotcha. So it was after that. Yeah.
I feel like all of us quit our jobs after that. Had to make it happen. Hey, but sometimes that's what you got to do. That's what you have to do. Mm-hmm. Last question before we jump into rapid fire. It's a 2-part question. What are you the most proud of yourself? And what do you hope to show young girls and just people in general, red, yellow, black, and white, who look to you and say, you know what? I can do that. I can be just like her.
What am I most proud of? They're both kind of like the same answer, but I've created my own lane. Like, what I'm doing is not a job that's on paper. There's no job description. Like, I kind of created my own avenue into the space, and that's what I'm most proud of. I'm proud that I'm being consistent. I'm proud that I'm working. I'm not getting like big-headed or anything. I'm proud that I'm staying grounded through this whole process and staying true to who I am. What I want young girls to know is that you can do it. Like, I did it. Like, my story is crazy. Like, growing up story is wild. So like, I just want them to know, like, no matter your circumstances, no matter what you're going through, like, You can accomplish whatever you put your mind to, literally work toward it, and it's gonna happen. Whether you gotta create your own lane or hop on another lane that's already been paved. Either way it goes, you're gonna be able to do it. As long as you just gotta stay consistent and really want it.
T, you have survived the interrogation process. Now we are moving to something even tougher. This segment is called Down the Home Stretch. I am going to ask you a few rapid fire questions. I want you to answer them to the best of your ability. If I ask you to elaborate on an answer, it does not kind of get the time. If you do not answer these questions as fast as you can, please believe me, I don't care. It's all good. Okay. all thriller, no filler. You know how we do. That's how we roll on this show. You are competing to be on the proverbial medal stand that I do not keep count on anymore. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. If there was a food that you could live with and a food that you would live without for the rest of your life, what would they be?
The food I would live with would be crab legs. The food that I would not want to live with would be chitlins. I hate those.
I don't understand. Chitlins and pig feet. I don't get why people like
pig all together. Just put the pig.
I can do swine, like bacon and pulled pork, but like the deep pig stuff, no. Like I understand the history behind it, but let's put that in the trash where it belongs.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. If there was an actress to portray your character in a movie about your life, who would you want to play your character?
People have been telling me lately I look like Tiffany Haddish. I don't see it, but I guess I'll pick her. Somebody told me that the other day. I interviewed an actress.
Yeah, you do.
She came back and was like, "I know who you look like, Tiffany Haddish." I said, I mean, she ain't ugly, so I'll take it.
Okay, yeah, Tiffany Haddish. I can see Angela Bassett playing that role.
I love me some Angela too. I love me some Angela. Yeah. So yeah, I'll take either or.
Angela Bassett. If there was a comedian that's living or not with us that you wish you could have grown up or went to their show to see, who would it be?
Bernie Mac.
Yeah, that's the right answer. Who you with?
Bernie Mac. The Bernie Mac show is hilarious.
America, I'm gonna kill them kids. Jordan. So pretty much, like I said, I had to start the show with the late great Bernie Mac. What's up, you squares? Listen, if you are very sensitive to words that are not edifying and lifting up the name of Jesus, then do not watch Brother Bernie, Uncle Bernie. It's a little strong, but like he says, he tells it like a TI is. All right, dream vacation spot to go to.
Turks and Caicos, Dubai. I got a list.
Oh gosh, you got a whole bucket list.
One thing I'm gonna do is go on vacation. I'm going on vacation after this. Like I'm gonna go on vacation.
You got to enjoy yourself. Michael Jackson or Prince?
Michael Jackson.
Boy.
Sorry.
I had this debate with Marvin Bracey too.
I'm going Michael. I'm going Michael, man.
Why?
I just feel like he's the icon of I mean, that's who I know the most. I don't know Prince. I mean, I know Prince, of course. I know Purple Rain, but like Michael Jackson, I could give you Michael Jackson kid songs, Michael Jackson teenage songs, and Michael Jackson grown up songs. Like,
what's the best one? What's the one that you bump?
I don't be bumping Michael Jackson.
I don't either. The one that I like have listened to more than any song over the past year and some change has been Lady in My Life. They're gonna play that at my wedding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So. I like what's that one where he's like a prince in the song?
Thriller?
No, he's like a prince. He's like, it's like an Egypt song, like an Egypt theme.
Oh,
what is the name? I'm gonna find it.
Okay. Best R&B singer that's not Michael Jackson of all time. Most underappreciated R&B singer.
Bryson Tiller.
Okay. I have to
granted, he had been a little dry, but Exchange, that whole I know that whole album front to back. And I just feel like I feel like we have a short attention span when it comes to music, humans, and they just let that just like that wasn't nothing. When that whole album was a hit.
I guess so.
I guess.
You see, I like the old school. I like Boys to Men, and I'm a big fan of Luther.
Okay, I like me some Boyz II Men. I like me some what are they? Why can I not think of people? So you're killing me with this music. What are they? New Edition. I love me
New
some New
Edition.
Edition.
Yes, with Bobby Brown. Then you got like Genuine, and you have Maxwell, and you got Joe. I was oddly listening to B2K the other day. It came up on the it came up on like my music thing. But the most underappreciated to me is Uncle Charlie.
Charlie Wilson?
Yes.
He's appreciated.
Not to the point where he should be. Not enough people know about Uncle Charlie.
All right, I'll give you that. I guess.
Yes, okay. I'm just saying. Let's just say if somebody were to narrate a day in the life of T. Williams, who would you choose?
To narrate?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's gonna have to be somebody with a sense of humor. Because let me tell you how my life be having stuff that happens in a movie going on. Like, so whoever it is, they're gonna have a sense of humor, and they're gonna be like, and now she's crying again.
I feel like Cedric the Entertainer or somebody like that.
It has to be a girl because I'm a woman.
Michelle Obama.
Michelle. Beyonce.
See, when you were saying to the first answer, like who would you go with to the award ceremony? I feel like that's who you need to go with. Because they don't, because here's the thing, everybody wants to be around them. They're not trying to go out of their way to be, they come to them. Everybody goes to them.
Yeah. I feel it, but I just feel like they will be too, they wouldn't let me in for real. Like I feel like you gotta know them to get them. Like I feel like I'll just be like, I wouldn't get the full experience. Like I feel like it'll be a lot of stuff that I wouldn't understand because like they wouldn't let me, they wouldn't bring it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a lot of
That's
secrets.
fair.
Because they're so big. They're so big that it's like so closed off.
That's fair. Sometimes you got to be that way. So I get it. Yeah. All right. A couple more questions. Dream. Okay. If there was a dream talk show or any show that you could be a guest on, what would it be? Yeah, talk show, TV show, SNL. Would you host it?
I think I want to be a guest. I like the skits. I want to do a skits and stuff. Like I want to be with the action, with the fun stuff.
Best SNL character. There's one right answer.
I probably don't got the right answer, but I like Kiki. I like how Kiki Palmer did it when she announced her pregnancy. I love that. I love me some Kiki. Kiki would narrate my Kiki can narrate a day in life with me.
It's so weird. Like I remember watching her in like the Disney Channel movie about the jump rope with Corbin, that dude. Yeah, now she's like on SNL. Kenan Thompson was the right answer, by the way.
Kenan Thompson. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess not. That's okay. That's all good. All through it, don't feel it. That's how we do. No discrimination on this show. Best dessert known to man.
Ice cream.
What kind of ice cream?
Strawberry ice cream, chocolate chip ice cream, vanilla ice cream. Like I'm an ice cream type of girl.
Yo, you don't discriminate.
I don't do chocolate. Chocolate's for the serial killers. Serial killers like chocolate ice cream.
Oh, that's new. Okay. Learn something new every day. All right, let's do 2 more questions. So
okay.
that actually kind of spun me because I got a lot of people that come on here and say they love chocolate ice cream.
Oh, Look out for them, dog.
Man, okay. A lot of distance runners, but okay, all good. All right. What is the best dollar store snack?
Dollar store snack? Them beef patties.
What dollar store did you go to?
You don't know Family Dollar? They be having them the Jamaican patties in the freezers.
Oh, in the freezers?
Patties. Yeah, they be having them patties. That's a snack.
Oh, I was thinking cosmic brownies or honey buns, oatmeal cream pies, lollipops. But that's fine too.
I like Gushers. I try to stay away from sweets. I try to not to dig in them too much.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, that's fair. Last 2 questions, but that question actually threw me off. If there was a theme song to describe your life, what would it be?
Theme song to describe my life. That's a good question. There's so many songs.
From the okay, so it can either be from the 90s or from the mid 2000s, or actually that even makes it more complicated. Over the last 10 years, over the last decade.
Over the last decade, that describes my life.
That describes your life.
I don't know. Let me do the next one, and I'm gonna come back to that one.
So I'm gonna scratch that question. What's the best era of television?
The best era of television? 2000s.
What show?
Like Nickelodeon and Disney Channel?
Yeah. Like,
that was the best era. With shows from there?
Oh, yeah. Like, are you more of Nickelodeon or Disney?
I was a Disney girl.
Okay, that's fair.
I was a Disney girl. I love me some Sweet Life on Deck.
That's late. See, I'm 28, so you in the mid 2000s. I'm thinking Proud Family, and oops. That's So Raven and Sister. But okay,
That's So Raven. I like
that's all good. All right, last question.
Okay.
Why does kindness matter to you?
Kindness matters because you never know what the next person is going through. See, this thing called life, ain't no cheat codes, ain't no instructions. Like you just never really know what another person is going through. So like kindness is important because that's how you want to be treated.
Yep. T, you have survived down the home stretch. I am pumped because you answered those questions, and I was only stumped one time. That's on the Chocolate Chip Serial Killer series. Where can the good people find you?
Y'all can find me on my website that just came out this year, www.realtalkwithtee.com. You can find me on Instagram _real talk with 2 L's and talk. Find me on Twitter. I'm not really that active on Twitter, but T the Great. Instagram, no, YouTube, Real Talk. It ain't really popping right now, but let me tell you, when the season start, every interview will be on YouTube. That's my goal this year, is to be in the interviews and to have them all posted on YouTube. So that's where you guys can find me. The website got all the links. Tap in. And
you are on Apple, Spotify, all that stuff too.
Apple, Spotify, yes, podcast, Real Talk. I think it's Real Talk Track and Field on podcast, but yeah, I'm a little active on there too.
Perfect. T, I appreciate you coming on the second edition of the Black History Month special. Hope everybody listening enjoyed it. Got to give a shout out to those who we partner with at Track Barn. Please go ahead and look them up. You get 10% off your order if you type in Lactic Acid 10, all caps, no spaces. Do not spell out the number 10. So please be sure to do that. Until next time. Oh, catch T at the Milrose Games, interviewing your favorite athletes, and check out that press conference, more importantly. Until next time, peace.
Thank you.